Hello. Welcome back to Built to Scale. Yesterday we talked about lead systems and we talked about the difference between lead activities and what a true lead system looks like. Hopefully you mapped out how people are currently finding you, becoming leads, staying connected to your business, because today we are moving on to the second of the big four systems, your conversion system. And once again, I'm going to start off by asking you a question. Yesterday I asked you if 50 people came into your world as leads, what would happen? Would you be able to handle it? But now we're going to shift that a little bit. If 50 people wanted to buy from you, not inquire, not follow you, not download a freebie, buy from you, what would happen? Would your business be ready? Or would your entire week suddenly become a series of DMs, discovery calls, proposals, follow-ups, conversations? Because one of the biggest reasons businesses struggle to scale is not because they don't have leads. It's because every single sale depends on the owner to make the sales. And if that's true, and if that's you, you've become the bottleneck in this business. And before I go any further, I want to be clear. There's nothing wrong with having sales conversations. I'm not saying that you are never going to have another one again. There's nothing wrong with hopping on a sales call. There's nothing wrong with answering questions from people in the DMs. The problem is when every single sale requires it, you become the bottleneck. You are the one that is slowing everything down, everybody's buying process down until they hop on a call with you. And obviously you have a finite number of hours in the day. You probably have a finite number of time you'd like to spend on discovery calls. We all know that. We talked about it yesterday. But people want it to be easy to buy from you. There are literally 2 programs right now that I would be interested in joining, but they require that I hop on a sales call with someone, and I do not want to make time in my day for a sales call. I have read the offer. I have read what your team does. I have read what I am going to walk away from, and I trust you. I believe you. I just want to buy. Send me the freaking payment link. There are other people out there. I know for a fact that I am not the only one, and I also know that if everything goes through you or even your sales team, you are still the bottleneck, and there is going to be, you're literally just holding yourself back from making extra money. And so this is why we need a conversion system to help us. Think about it. If 10 people want to buy, maybe you can handle it. If 20 people want to buy, maybe you can handle it. But if 50 people want to buy, or 100 or 200, at some point your calendar is going to become the limiting factor. And that's why every single scalable business needs a conversion system. Conversion system is one job: move someone from interested to purchased as efficiently as possible, with as little dependence on you as possible. Because the more your business can educate, build trust, answer questions, and guide people toward a buying decision without your direct involvement, the more scalable it becomes. So let's break down what 4 pieces go into a scalable conversion system. All right, guys, buckle up. Here we go. The first is your positioning. When somebody buys from you, they need to understand 3 things: what you do, who it's for, and why they need it. It sounds really simple, but honestly, this is where a ton of businesses struggle. And I see this in my coaching business. I see this in my marketing agency. I see this everywhere. If people constantly ask what you do, if they're not sure if your offer is for them, if they don't understand why your solution is the one, you are creating friction before the sales process even begins. When I say creating friction, you are losing people before they even get into your funnel. Your marketing should be doing some of the selling for you. Not all of it, but when people get into your funnel, they should already understand the value of what you offer. Okay? That is part 1. Positioning. People need to understand what you do, why it matters, how you can help them, and why you are the best person to help them before anything else. The next piece to that is offer clarity. And honestly, this is one of the biggest conversion killers I see. People do not buy things that they don't understand. It is just human nature. If people do not understand, they do not have trust, they do not move, they do not buy. It is just what happens. And if someone lands on your website, but they can't immediately figure out what is happening, you are going to lose them. When I do my website audits, this is literally the first thing that I do. I go through these questions. What is it? What problem does it solve? What is the outcome I can expect? What happens next? And if you can't answer these questions, if you look through your website and you cannot answer these questions, or your sales page even, just if it's, one offer that we are talking about, you are losing sales. And it's not because people don't want what you're selling. It's because they do not understand it enough to decide if they want what you're selling. They might be the perfect candidate. They might need exactly what you are selling. They might be your literal dream client. Like if you were going to write down exactly who this offer would be perfect for, they could be that person. But if they don't see that, they don't understand why they need this. They don't understand what this is. They don't understand why this matters. They are never, ever, ever going to buy from you. They are going to leave. Maybe they'll inquire. They are going to leave you unread if they do not understand. I can promise you that. That is why we need offer clarity. So importantly. The third piece to this is a buying mechanism. And this is where I want you to be brutally honest with yourself. What is the process in your business right now of somebody becoming a customer? Because DM me for details is not a system. It is a conversation. Conversations are great. Conversations are important, but conversations don't scale. They still require you every single time to be a part of that buying decision. And you don't want to be part of the buying decision for 200,000 people. I know that you don't. I sure don't. You don't either. Like, none of us have time for that. We're busy. We're good. We're serving our clients. Like, we are doing a good fucking job, and we can't do that if all we're doing is answering questions all day long in our DMs. Am I right? I know. A buying mechanism is what gives people this clear next step. Maybe it's an application. Maybe it's a sales page with a checkout link. Maybe it's a webinar. Maybe there's a combination of all of these to get to different parts of your offers, and that would be fine. The thing is, I'm going to say this so many times before this episode is over. You do not want to be a part of every single buying decision that somebody is making. You do not want to be a part of 200,000 buying decisions. And I know you want 200,000 customers. Know you want 200,000 clients, but you don't want to be part of the buying decision for each and every one of them, because I know that you don't have time for that. What matters is that people know what to do next without needing to wait for you. So maybe they enter through a webinar, then you email them, you tell them exactly what to do. Maybe when you're posting your stories and talking about your offer, you send a link for people to sign up. Or maybe it's even just to an application, depending on the offer. I know that some offers we want to make sure that people are going through an application process to know that they are a good fit. But do you need an application for every single offer? Probably not. The more and more steps that there are, the more and more people that you lose. We want to qualify people, sure. In the right offer and application absolutely makes sense, but maybe you don't need one for every single thing. Maybe you don't need to have people inquire before they get the link for most of your offers. Maybe you can just post the link, and guess what? People are going to buy without you even being part of that conversation at that point. People just need to know what to do next. The last piece is follow-up. Because most people, they don't buy immediately. When I was first starting out in marketing, 10 years ago or so, used to be that people needed to see something 5 or 6 times before they made a purchase. Today, I'm pretty sure that's over 25 or 30 times. We are so inundated with information. We have everything that we need at our fingertips. We are served ads over hundreds of times a day. We see 120 different ads a day at least, and that is not even including watching TV. If you're watching actual TV, I think it goes over 1,000 for the average person per day. So people need to see things a lot of times before they act on it. Typically, there will be some people who will take action immediately, but you don't build things for those one-off people. You build things for a typical buyer. And if people convert faster, great. Like, we're not complaining by any means, but you build things for the typical buyer. So most people do need follow-up, and most of the time not because they're not interested. It's just because we're busy. We're comparing options. We're distracted. We're getting served 42 other ads by the time we get to the end of our stories and circle back to you. People are thinking about things. And if your follow-up system requires entirely on your memory and remembering to follow up with people and your time by physically needing to ask people in your messages or their emails or whatnot, what is going on if they want to buy, you are leaving money on the table and you are taking energy from yourself that you don't need. The businesses that convert consistently are the ones that stay the most visible through emails, through content, through case studies and testimonials and client wins, through nurture sequences. They are doing these things on autopilot, and a lot of them are doing these things quite literally automatically with email automations. These sequences are gold, and if you're going to just sell once, you are going to really, really miss out on sales here. So that was a lot, but I'm going to make it simple for you. We're going to do a real simple exercise. Grab a piece of paper, grab that journal, grab whatever note you opened yesterday. I want you to map out what your current customer journey looks like, and you need to be honest here. Maybe you wish that you had a beautiful sales funnel in place and you don't right now. Wishing that you had one and writing out the perfect one, that's not the time to do this now. What does it look like right now when a lead enters your world? What happens? Then what? And then what? And then what? And I want you to just keep going until somebody becomes a customer. Once you have all those steps out, I want you to look at each one and ask yourself, does this part require me? Does this require me? Does this require me? And every time the answer is yes, I want you to highlight it or put a star next to it or something that is going to have it stand out, because those are going to show you exactly where your bottlenecks are. And it doesn't mean that every single one of them is going to need to disappear, but it does mean that it's time to start asking yourself about how you can make this easier for yourself. How can you make this more efficient? How can you make some of these things happen without your constant involvement in them? And before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a quick little challenge here. Think about the question that people ask most before they buy your most popular offer or any of your offers. Can you answer this once? Is there a way to put this in an FAQ? Is there a way to make a post about it? Is it a way to answer it directly somewhere in your sales page, in an email, make a video? Because every repeated question that you get is a clue as to where more of that friction lies in the lack of understanding piece, that offer clarity piece. It is showing you where you need to have a system built to help people understand and know what to do, why they should do it, and why it matters. Okay, that's it. Nice and simple homework. That was our conversion system. Tomorrow, we are going to talk about the third system that every scalable business needs. And this is the one that determines whether your revenue is going to compound or reset every single month. Because attracting customers is important. Converting customers is obviously important. But keeping customers, that's where businesses stop starting from zero and start building real momentum that can compound so fucking quickly and easily. Okay? I will see you tomorrow. Bye.